So, just did the video of forging out a taper on a 1/2 inch bar. So, there's more to this conversation, there's a lot more to this conversation, but there's some basic mechanics of the fact. And it really comes down to hammer angle against the anvil face in order to create that compression. So if we say that this is your anvil in cross section, right? It's the horn looking at you. When you approach the angle itself, you know, if you're too high of an angle like this, when you strike on it, it's just going to push the material back. So ideally you want to be at least at 45 degrees. So we have 90 degrees being like that, 45 is that. If you halve that again, you're going to get even more energy transference. So that's going to be 22.5. So 22.5 is going to give you, it's about a 2-to-1 ratio on your taper. So on a 1/2 inch piece of bar, it's going to wind up being 1 inch long, right? So my hammer blow is going to come down here. If I do not bisect that angle, so hold my bar at 11.25, my point, if I'm holding too low, is going to wind up flat on the bottom side. And if I'm holding too high, it'll become flat on the top side. So with that in mind, holding the material and anchoring it against your body is important. So find that angle that you think it is, start forging for a bit, turn a touch, forge a little bit more, and see if that tip stays centered. If it doesn't, lower it a touch, raise it a touch. Eventually you'll start to figure out what that feels like. The other big thing on this is using the center of your hammer. If you're hammering out here on the nose of your hammer, you're going to start getting essentially texture being created by this. You're fullering it. And you know, that is an option for moving the material. If you're here on the heel, same problem. You're going to be notching it again, left side, right side, even corner to corner. So be aware of your hammer face a little bit. I'm going to put a target on this hammer face. So a little cross, a ring, star marks. You could color the face in, whatever you'd like. But what I'm hoping is through this section of the demo, I'm actually going to forge now, I'm going to see if I wear that little spot out. So, put you into side view over here, and hopefully that angle coming down will be quite obvious. So, there's the angle I'm coming down at. That's about bisected. Turn. See on my hammer face, it's worn out the center of it fairly well. I'm actually slightly top right heavy, but gives you a good idea. Now if I was coming down nose heavy, see how it puts marks in it. If I was coming down heel heavy, again those marks are this way, where nose heavy is that way. And if you can, let's see if we can drop that corner in. And you'll actually see the little triangles of the corner if the corner's coming in. Okay? So those are 3 little things to think about, making sure you hit with the center of the face of the hammer.